Have you gotten your refund check back from the IRS? And do you have kids, so you're getting your tax credit for kids money back too? For your one, two, three, or more kids? Well, that's going to be a lot of money if you have more than three kids. That could be over $10,000. But are you proud of it? If you're a man, I'm going to answer no. And I bet you will too. If you're not a man and this triggers you, you can turn this off now. But this is for everyone to hear a man's perspective on this. I have kids, so I'm one of those people who's going to get the tax credit money back. My wife and I, and it will help out with our family. And if you're getting it, I'm sure it's going to help out with your family too. Because everybody could use more money, whether it's for food on the table, whether it's to do something for your kids' rooms. Maybe they need a new desk in the room, a new bed. Maybe your child's really small and you're going to get a car seat or a crib, or you just want to go on vacation with your family. That would be great too. And by the way, take the money whether you feel good about it or not. You'd be an idiot not to. I know for many years, and I mean many years, I've been working consistently since I was 18 years old, aside from when I went to college for a couple of years. But I didn't have any children until I was over 40. So for 25 years, I didn't get any tax credit money. And honestly, I was pretty ticked off at the people who got it. Now, you should say, well, you shouldn't be jealous of anybody. And honestly, I wasn't jealous of people. I just wanted it too. It's like, well, if other people are getting money and just for having children that they decided to have, or in my case that I decided to have now, why should I now be getting money from the IRS just because I have children? That didn't seem to make any sense to me then, and it doesn't now either, to be honest. But politicians and voters pick winners and losers. First of all, who has to pay tax money out and more of it, and then who gets redistributed that money back to them. We as men, and I'll speak for myself here, just me, I believe that I'm not getting my own money back, that I am paying into the system, that is really being taken from me by the federal government in taxes, that my wife and I are just getting back for our family. I know that the money we're getting back in the tax credits, and it's a lot, and it comes in one check. And some people are already getting their refunds checks now, and it's in the middle of February, even though tax day isn't until April 15th. We know that this is really other taxpayers, other people's money that we're getting. And it's kind of secondhand stealing, isn't it? Because the government is not always the good guys. They take money in taxes from people, and they can't do anything about it. They have to pay. And then they're redistributing it to the people in, let's say specifically tax credits here, to people who have children 18 and under that are considered dependents. So it's kind of secondhand stealing, isn't it? It's not yours. I certainly wouldn't go to my neighbors and say, would you give me $50? I have children to feed. Would you give me $50? Would the next person give me $50? Until it added up to just a whole bunch of money. Like I'm some kind of charity for my children. I think that I would be ashamed of it. I mean, I would feel that I'm responsible. I'm a man. I'm responsible for my own family. That's how I was brought up, that the man is responsible for his family, to be the provider. And honestly, it's always been that way. And men know this. Men know they're expected to be providers. By women, we're expected to be providers. I overhear women gossiping about their, and I mean young women even, about their boyfriends and saying, oh, does he check the boxes? What do you think check the boxes means? One of those may be, is he going to be a good provider? Is he boyfriend material? Is he fiance material? Is he marriage material? Meaning, would this man or young man be able to support you, be able to provide a home? If you want to get serious and marry them, would he be able to provide food on the table? Would he be able to provide you a night out if you want a night out every once in a while? A car to get to work. Does he make enough money? Does he even have a car? There was a song, which I personally don't like, but it speaks to this, called No Scrubs. And I forget the name of the band. It was a female band that sung it. And it's about the boy who's in the passenger side of his best friend's ride, right? Of his best friend's car. The one without the money. Like, don't date that person. Well, men have known this forever, since ancient times, that they're supposed to be the providers. Jordan Peterson talks about this all the time, about young men becoming responsible. And well, what does responsible mean? Well, after yourself, it means being responsible if you're going to be in a relationship for what's eventually going to be your wife and your family. That you're the provider, not the neighbor down the street for you. You would be embarrassed to have to ask for that. You would if you had to. You fall in hard times, you're sick, you're disabled, there's nothing you can do, you have severe mental problems. In cases where there's nothing you can do, anybody can understand that and would want to help you. Or your children, maybe your child has cancer, God forbid, and you need help. You're not worried about asking people for help if you truly need help. But that's not the way tax credits work. It's for everybody, no matter how rich or poor you are, by the way. Everybody receives these who have dependents who are 18 years and younger. But guess who also pays into the system, or is money taken by the IRS? It's not just men and women with children. It's single people. It's people who are older, whose children are no longer 18. They're older than that. They're adults. They're making their own money. And they're paying now for your children. Everybody is. Are you proud of that? Tell me in the comments below. But take the money, because again, I'm going to say, for 25 years, just in my own case, I knew I was paying for other people's kids. Not only with tax credits, but when my wife and I first bought the house that we live in, we didn't have any kids then either. And I knew, and even when I rented, I knew the property taxes were going to pay for other people's kids to go get educated at school and pay for their teachers. So I didn't feel good about that either, to be honest. I wasn't jealous. I just didn't feel it was my responsibility to pay for other people's children. And I think all men know this. But it's not just men who vote. Men and women vote. And my belief is a lot of women do want to feel provided for. I don't I'm not saying that women think government is daddy and government should pay for their kids. I think most women believe that their husbands should pay for their kids or their kids' fathers. Because that's really who's responsible, isn't it? If they can. We have to understand that we're living in a time when it is hard to earn a living, and I understand that. I myself, I am telling you, without my wife's income, I couldn't afford to take care of my own family by myself. It is very, very difficult nowadays. And maybe it always was. And not everybody is the same. Not everybody has the same gifts. Not everybody has the same mental makeup. Not everybody has the same physical abilities. Not everybody has the ability to make 106 figures a year. Not everybody has it. But we all need to live. And I understand that the poor people among us still have children. And that extra money will help them. I understand that. But I am telling you that the men there too, all men, know that if they could, they would totally provide for their family, and they wouldn't and don't want the tax credits. They'll take it, but they don't feel proud of it. That's it for today. If you found this content of value, please subscribe, please like the video, leave your comments below, and remember, history happens every day.